Alright guys, so in this video I want to talk about page speed. It's pretty important. It's a major ranking factor in Google. Now we're going to use this as an example, and this particular article has lots of stuff on it. So it's got this stuff here that'll load, this stuff here. This is a massive article with a lot of content and media. So ideally you want to get something, you want it to be under 3 seconds, but for something like this, I'm probably not going to get it under 3 seconds because there's a lot of content and media. Now to check the website, guys, I want to go through a few critical things so you understand what to look for and what doesn't really matter. To test your website properly, you want to use something called Pingdom Website Speed Test. Now, I would not recommend using the Google speed test, and I'll tell you why. And you're probably thinking, that's weird. Why would I not use the Google speed test since that's their program? So first I wanted to talk about, guys, what slows down websites the most is images. Okay, you want to make sure you compress your images before you upload them to your website. And to do that, you can use a website called tinypng.com. And it usually decreases the images by about 50 to 70%. Now and then you can upload them to your store after that. Now the second thing that really slows down websites, guys, is what we call applications. Try to keep your applications to a minimum. You don't need a lot. Go back to the plugin recommendation of this course and you'll see. And also don't use plugins that compress images because they slow down your site as well, and it defeats the purpose of compressing your images for speed. So images and applications are the real killers that slow things down. Now you'll notice so we actually have a pretty good Google score on this apart from this here. Now what I don't like about the Google one is that the thing, guys, is what Google's doing is it's tracking the entire site even after it loads. So your site might load for your visitor within 2 to 3 seconds, but Google will take a little bit longer because it's literally loading everything. Okay, Google has to go through and load like even though, let's do a refresh. Actually, the other tools probably do it too. Let's do a refresh real quick. Okay. Oh, actually, sorry. Let's go to the top. Let's do a refresh. Hang on. Ready? We'll do it right now. Okay. See how all of this is loaded and that thing on the right took a little bit longer to load? All of this other stuff here has taken a while longer to load than the content, and then everything down here would have taken longer to load as well. So the customer or the traffic sees the page load, but Google and these things are actually still loading the page. That's why these sometimes give out a little bit of a longer load time. The only thing, so Google does it, and these things, they're both the exact same crawler. So even if, let's say, so this page is loading at 3.46, which is pretty good. The page size is 2.4 megabytes, which is quite large. And it's loading at a 3.46. Now it says that it's 46% slower than other tested sites, and performance grade is 68. Don't let this scare you, guys. It depends on the size of the page. This is a huge page. It has nearly 5,000 words on it. It's got tons of images. It's got all of these scripts here. These are all included in the test. It's got all of this that pops up. Even these on the left are included in the test. Literally everything is included in the test. Even that button, this, that, everything they track when they are doing the speed. So even though that's like 3.46 seconds, my website will probably show up to my traffic in about 2 seconds. So I'm under the 3 second threshold. Anything over 3 seconds, guys, they say you lose about 20 to 40% of your traffic. Now, I don't know if that's true. I don't believe it. But either way, just like if your numbers are a little bit high, don't worry, because what's happening is, like, let me just do a refresh here so you get an idea, okay? Watch this thing on the right, okay? And then watch this as well. See, this is taking longer to load. That's okay, because that's just a plugin I have on the sidebar. it's okay for that to take a little bit longer to load because this is already loaded. The traffic has already seen this. This loaded within like a second. So this speed time here is taken into consideration this thing that's loading on the right. If I got rid of this, yes, my page would load quicker, but it doesn't matter. It's only telling the crawlers how fast things are loading because that's just doing that. The traffic still sees this. Okay, guys? Now what I want to do, guys, is talk about the results. All this red stuff. Okay? To be honest, you're not going to be able to fix pretty much all of this. If I just do a quick test again, let's see what we get up here. The thing, if this tells you to optimize images, then optimize your images. If it tells you, if it says there's no images to optimize, then you're good. But all of these, like, I've actually found that this one here for some reason is giving me misinformation because last time I didn't have a lot. So yeah, let's go down and see what's kind of giving us the worst slowdown. So all of this stuff, guys, I don't really mess with because pretty much every site online has got this. All this is doing is loading like the Twitter widget. So it's loading like this stuff here. And that's all that is. And it's telling me I should combine the files, but that's not going to happen, right? You have to pay a professional to do that. And I don't do it. I don't know anyone that does it. It's too much of a hassle. It's the same with all of this stuff. Like one thing you could probably fix is leverage browser caching. There's a plugin for that, but I had the plugin. I tried it. It fixed some of these issues, but then it caused more issues, and it slowed down my site even more. So I really don't worry about any of this, guys. What I do worry about is sorry, my mouse is a bit messed up. What I do worry about is if it says that I need to optimize images, like it said here, with the Google one, I would just go and copy this into Google, and I would find the image, and I would compress it by going to tinypng.com. Images is all I really worry about. Now on this site, so you don't really need to worry about this, guys, because your site is still loading for your, so like I say, 3.5 is pretty good. We're going to be people are going to be seeing our site within a couple of seconds. The 3.5 is Google and these crawlers loading all the other crap and taking a while. But people don't see that anyway. All right. So the page itself, so when people actually see, it loads in 200 milliseconds. 2 seconds. Is that right? And then there's all this other stuff. So that is the font. That is everything looks all good, guys. All you want to look for here is like a massive spike. So something like this has got a big spike, but that's not going to show up anything anyway. Admin Ajax, that'll be nothing there, whatever that is. So I might go to my developer and say, hey, can you sort this out? We've got a problem here. Okay, looks like we might have a little bit of a problem here. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure, so I would have to have a look at my developer, but that's what you do, guys. You just click on these and it'll tell you what's slowing down your site. That one's not too bad. That one we have a bit of a spike, That one's whatever that is. That's a Google font. And then that's it. So I might try and fix these just because I probably should try and fix these. But that's actually the admin page anyway. But what you want to be looking for, guys, like an easy quick fix is images. Okay, images are really going to slow you down. What I'll do is I'll just try and find another article that's might be a little bit unoptimized, just so you guys can get an idea of what to look for with images. Images are going to be your easiest fix and applications. Sorry about my internet. I don't know what is going on here. I've got premium internet and it's slow. It's slow and it's premium. So let's just jump in here. Let's go. This should be this could possibly be unoptimized because I haven't optimized it, I don't think. Let's put this in and see what we get here. I'm trying to find you like a bad example. So, well, that's quicker. Oh no, it's not. It's around about the same. About the same size. All the same issues. So this is taking a little bit longer to load, guys, also because I have a pop-up that's come up, okay? So that's no drama. Without that pop-up, would probably go faster time. And it's telling me I don't need to optimize any images. Now, as you can see, my image size is 39% of the loading content. So this is quite important because you want to make sure your images are optimized, and mine are, so that's okay. It hasn't told me that I need to optimize anything, but that's quite important, that images are 39% of my content. So you can just go down here and check and see what the biggest load timers are. Scripts you can't really mess with unless you hire a professional, because I don't know how to. I don't even know how to fix scripts. I'm not going to lie. I have no idea. That's just not what I do. But you can go and make sure your images, just double check and make sure they load. But guys, my load time is pretty good, like 3.4 seconds. It's going to be a lot lower than that. People are going to see that a lot lower. And yeah, that's really it, guys, for this video. Just make sure that your content is loading. Kind of. So these pictures are quite. I could probably make those pictures smaller. These are pictures. We are loading. Oh, that's not too bad. But yeah, just remember, guys, people say your website should load within 3 seconds or you're going to lose customers. They mean like for people to actually see the page. People are going to see it quite quickly. Now Google and this other thing, they just load everything else down the page. So that's why it takes a little bit longer. All right, and just make sure you use this site for your testing, because Google's pretty good too. Like you can use Google, but I just find that sometimes this gives me really, really bad results, even though the other why is that like that? Even though the other ones give me good results. So sometimes it's around, like, it's really depends. Like it could be around the wrong way, it could be around the right way. This could give me better results than this, or this could give me better results than this. The most important thing is just to go down and see what needs to be worked on. And honestly, guys, I'm not a professional on all the script stuff. So if you want to really fix that, you're going to have to pay a professional. And then again, watch out, because a lot of them don't know what they're doing. I've tried, and it's messed up my entire site. And also remember that when you're combining, when you combine files and CSS and all that sort of stuff, basically all of these will stop working because they're not designed to be combined together. Like these opt-in forms and things like that, the plugins will not work correctly when you start combining all the files together, because they're not you're not supposed to combine them, because these applications need to get their information from the files, and if they're combined, it doesn't work. And I've asked them about it, and to be honest, you probably have no idea what I'm talking about. So honestly, you don't need to worry about any of this combined stuff. You literally won't find hardly any sites on the planet that have all of this done. Doing browser caching, I would probably look at fixing that. There'll be some articles online about that. Minimizing DNS lockup, you could probably do some of that. It's just mainly these three things that are hard to fix. You could probably do some. Let's have a look here. You could probably do some stuff with this, but just go on Google how to fix this stuff, guys. But it's not too much of a worry, okay? As long as your site loads to the human naked eye under 3 seconds, and it will most of the time. Like shave at least 1 second off this to allow for Google, because they're loading the rest of the page. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next video.